Devin Haney goes too far with an insult at Ryan Garcia, crosses the line, and probably needs to settle down a little bit with the words that leave his mouth. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back. Got some unfortunate topic to talk about related to the Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia fight. As you know, there's going to be a big fight, hopefully, as we think. There's going to be a big fight on April 20th in New York City, Brooklyn, New York, at the Barclays Center between the WBC world champion Devin the Dream Haney and the challenger Ryan King Rye Garcia. And there's been a lot of interesting stuff or dramatic nonsense going on as far as the promotion of the fight. You have fake pushes, fake shoves. You have people that seem like they had going through some type of mental trauma in Ryan Garcia. And now you also have some people being accused of the big R word, which is racist. And now you have somebody talking about BABIES and the R word. Man, let's stop trying to sell the fight so hard, okay? Now, before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you. All right, so Ryan Garcia said some stuff in the middle of whatever he's going through ahead of this fight. Specifically, he says something to the effect that he had been taken by the elites into the woods. And when he was 2 years old, he was RAPED'd, or he saw somebody be RAPED'd. You know, when you force somebody to take part in very personal business, in an involuntary manner. I'm not going to say the word because, YouTube's algorithm is so sensitive, but you get my point, right? So somebody cracked a joke back at Devin Haney because Devin Haney has a picture out there where he was in a pool party with P. Diddy or Sean Puffy Combs or Puff Daddy, whatever the name is that guy wants to use at any particular time. P. Diddy. And of course, P. Diddy is mixed up in a lot of accusations about him doing things with dudes that, some dudes don't think you should be doing with dudes, but other dudes think it's okay for you to do with dudes. And apparently P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, thinks it's okay to be another dude's daddy and is doing those things. There's a word called peg out there, and somebody accused Devin Haney of being, getting the business from P. Diddy and P. Diddy's pool party. Now, I'm neither here nor there. Well, actually, I'm not here or there on that. Man, please, I don't believe anything about Devin Haney. Even if it was true, it ain't my business. But man, please, whatever. Just comic stuff, whatever. Everybody trying to find a way to crack a joke. I ain't really tripping on it. Devin Haney, in my personal opinion, is an outstanding young man. Great fighter, or on his way to be a great fighter. Very, very focused, doing the things he needs to do in his life to take care of his business. I'm not laying anything on that. But in this particular instance, his response to that insult was that Ryan Garcia was getting pegged at 2 years old. Go ask him. Devin, that's a little too much. First of all, it's a little too much because you're talking about a 2-year-old and you're talking about activities like that and a 2-year-old in the same breath. Nah, you cross the line, okay? Because unfortunately in this world, there are 2-year-olds that have been subject to that type of treatment. And since you know at the age of 2, there is no consent. There is no consent from a 2-year-old for anything, really. No. That's crossing the line. Shouldn't have cracked that joke. Shouldn't have said that. It's just over the top, man. It's super tacky. And goodness, it doesn't appear that, that Ryan Garcia responded to it or saw that. But, so that's on one level, man. Like, come on, man. Let's not do that. But then the second angle is that Ryan Garcia really is not that well right now, or at least he doesn't seem to be that well. And as a result of that, dude, this fight really shouldn't be taking place. I don't think, at least from if I was somebody looking out for the best interests of Ryan Garcia, because, Devin Haney does not have the reputation as being the biggest puncher in the world. But man, Devin Haney can really beat you up if your mind is not right. And enough of those 80% punches thrown at you, you're going to hit the deck and some major damage can take place, as a result of that. So, on one level, I don't think Devin should have said that just because it's just, come on, man, that's kind of gross and inappropriate. And number 2, because Ryan Garcia is clearly going through something, and it just throwing that in his face to me and making fun of it, I think that's a little much, because clearly Devin, by saying it happened to him at 2, is saying it in a way where it's like, yeah, go ask him. Like, he doesn't like it's just some figment of his imagination. And if that's a figment of his imagination, maybe you shouldn't be fighting the guy. However, can't lie. If I'm Devin Haney, I pushed through with the fight. And the reason that I pushed through with the fight is I'm going to get millions of dollars to beat that guy up. And it just is what it is, man. All is fair in love and war and boxing, because, you got to get the payday. You got to get the big, you got to go through with it, man. Anyway, man, I just really, really think that this whole promotion has been very, very interesting, very, very comical. And I hope that the fight does well. I hope that they settle all of this stuff down within maybe the next, week or so you can have a good month of people seeing Ryan Garcia training in the gym through the tapes. Less talking on social media, more focus where you can get people to really believe that they're going to see a fight that's competitive, because that's what's going to sell fights. The very core of it is that the fight has to be competitive in order for people to really want to see, a lot of people to really want to see the fight. There are fights that even with Mike Tyson, where Mike Tyson was, biggest star in all of boxing. I remember when I was an undergrad and I went somewhere on some trip, instead of watching the Mike Tyson Buster Douglas fight, because we were like, hey, man, this fight, first of all, was taking place in Japan, so the hours were off. But even if I could have seen it, I would have seen it on closed circuit TV at the time if I didn't already think that Mike Tyson was going to destroy him. When you have this type of craziness going on, it's going to dissuade people from wanting to buy the fight because they already think that they know the outcome of the fight. But anyway, I really do hope that the fight does well. I'm not a big fan of that, crossing a line like that. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.